Good evening, my fellow Michiganders. Good evening, my fellow Americans. Sorry if my voice is a little scratchy because we brought the house down in Traverse City on Friday at our protest for freedom. It was unbelievable. Thousands of Michiganders showed up, and obviously most of you have already probably saw the videos, the flags. It was unbelievable. Best one yet. What a great way to end our summer tour up there in Traverse City. And it was phenomenal. It was great. And everybody that showed up, I told you this from the beginning, when you show up to one of our freedom festivals or our protests, you will leave what? A better American. And I know every single one of you that attended and saw the footage, that's exactly what happened. Phenomenal time. Unbelievable. So thank you for everybody for making your pilgrimage to freedom. And obviously we are well over 300,000 signatures, but we need to hammer down, especially with what I have to talk to you about this evening. It's only going to be probably about 10 to 12 minute video, folks, but we need to hammer down. We need another 100,000 by Labor Day in a week, within a week. And we're already well over 300,000 because we had a lot of people bring their petitions to the Traverse City protests. And so those are going to be counted in. So we are well on our way to getting this done. Folks, we need to hammer it down and get it done in the next 2 weeks. We need to get 500,000 in the next 2 weeks. And that's our average. That's what we've been doing. And the greatest thing about this right now is the momentum continues to build. Nobody's slowing down. And if we do this in 6 weeks, we collected 500,000 signatures if we do it in the next 2 weeks. And I know every single one of you can. So hammer down and let's get it done, because that will make history. We already made history with what we already did, but let's make a statement with getting 500,000 in 6 weeks, folks. So don't let up, hammer it down, keep the foot on the gas pedal, push that puppy to the floor. So let's talk about the things that I love to talk about, because I continue to revisit things to reassure everybody that we've always been right about this. And every day that goes on, guess what? The data comes out and supports not our tyrannical governor. No, it supports we the people, what we've been saying all along. So I'm just going to get on here like I always do and tell you the truth and be transparent. And we'll talk about the Detroit Free Press article about one of the unlocked petitions or unlocked Michigan circulators, Mark Jacoby. Sounds like Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? But it's not Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm sorry, I'm a Star Wars geek. Don't hold it against me. He's got some kind of past, some felonious or felonious. He's a felon, right? So we'll talk about that here in a second, because that's going to be fun. But let's talk about what the CDC just released, because it's going viral everywhere. It's circulating, and a lot of you already know this, but only 6% of the deaths in the entire United States, not 60, 6% of the deaths are only from this virus alone. Only 6%. That means the other 94%, we've been saying this, but the CDC finally updated it. 94% had 2 or 3 other underlying medical conditions. The virus does exist. We've never said it didn't. And we are sorry for everybody that's ever died or lost a loved one on this. However, for what I'm going to show you tonight, it does not support locking us down. It does not support mandating face diapers. It does not support shutting down our businesses, closing down our family generational businesses, increased suicides, people's lives ruined, increased stress. We always said this from the beginning. The solution of this situation can't be bigger than what the excessive lockdown is going to do, folks. And that data is going to continue to go. And unfortunately, we're going to be reading that data for the next 3 to 4 years. And I know by the end of this, we're going to be going, we made a huge mistake. I'm predicting it right now. So again, I mean, look, it exists. The virus does. But when you only have 9,210 deaths only from this virus alone, and the other 153,504 deaths were from people that were really elderly and had underlying medical conditions, folks, over the age of 70, most of them over the age of 80. All right. So for this, we ruined our economy. for this? Why are we mandating the face diapers? Why are gyms still closed? Things that we should be doing right now to relieve stress and get in better shape because, hey, we don't want it to turn our body into an environment where disease and viruses are going to thrive. We want to turn our body into an environment of greatness, right? So why aren't we working out? Why aren't we doing the things that are going to strengthen our body to prevent illness? Doesn't make any sense. Clown show. We've been saying this ever since the beginning. Welcome to the clown show. And why are we not lifting the restrictions on the restaurants? I mean, it's the narrative has been predictable, right? First, it was all about, we had to flatten the curve to not overwhelm the medical system. And now they switched it to cases and deaths. And now not a lot of people didn't die, so they switched it to cases. Now we figure out like, hey, guess what? Asymptomatic people are not spreading it. So you should not get tested if you're asymptomatic. And if you are having symptoms, right, you may or may not need to get tested if you come in interaction with somebody. So it continues to change, but it comes down to the ultimate clown show that we're all experiencing right now. So now it's not cases. Now it's like, hey, the flu season's coming, so we need to inject to not overwhelm the medical system because we can't do that, right? And that's what she said last week. We didn't want to overwhelm the medical system, so she's coming back to her old narrative with cold and flu season coming. And now the next narrative will be now when the data just released that nothing but the older generations are the one that are really affected. And I'm sorry, but that's true, right? Over the age of 70 and 80. So now we're going to change the narrative like we have to protect grandma and grandpa. Is that what the narrative is going to switch to? Time will tell. But as we can tell and see right now with the data that we have at hand is we were right. And so that's one thing that we have to continue to do is be transparent, tell the truth, inspire hope, be that beacon of light, be that lantern in the darkness of today's challenges, because we have to inspire others. We have to continue to wake the middle. Hey, look, the radical far left, they want to destroy our country. They hate our flag. They hate patriotic Americans, right? That's what they are. It doesn't matter if they know this or not. They want to destroy the country. So we're not going to change them. So don't even try, right? But it's the middle. It's the middle that are slowly starting to awaken because we see this time and time again. And I met a whole bunch of them at the protest for freedom this past Friday and said, hey, I voted her. I'm a lifelong Democrat, but you guys are right. That's what we want. And that's what happens when you build trust. That's what happens even though we got destroyed in the media, our businesses got attacked and everything was written bad about us. And there's personal attacks on me and my family and my business. And they just continue to shoot us down in the first 2 months, right? But as long as you keep telling the truth will what? It will set you free. And it's going to reveal the darkness of what's truly going on. And that's what's going on with this governor. Because I'm going to show you this graph. And I included, again, not my data, folks. This is all the CDC. I included both the links. The first link will give you the information with the 6%. The second one is this graph. I want to talk about this graph today. And that's going to be the second link in this description on the CDC. So this is the rolling average. I'm going to bring it in here, of the deaths over the past several years, okay? So this is the past several years. As you can see, there is a trend, right? So what do you see up here? This is when COVID happened. As you can see, hey, it's real. There was a huge spike, wasn't it? Huge spike. But that spike was 20,000 deaths more than what the typical death average would be, because usually at this time in March and April in the United States, 60,000. If you look, there's a big spike back in 2018 right there. It must have been a bad flu season, right? A little bit more people died than usual. Then it went back down and then it climbed, COVID hit, and then it's going to be back down to the normal range of averages, right? But what I want to point out, and this again, this graph is on the description of where you can see this, is there's only 20,000 more deaths than the average. And people are like, well, what do you mean? Well, the average is usually 60,000 people die of sickness, disease. This year, because of COVID, because it exists, it does affect the old that have underlying medical conditions. We've already established that. Now the CDC is starting to come up and realize, right? But it only killed 20,000 more than what is normal. We destroyed a lot of people's lives, more than 20,000. It does exist. I'm not discounting any of the deaths. Every death is tragic. But as elected officials, you have big choices to make because you have to look at the whole. We can't just ruin hundreds, if not millions of people's lives for 20,000 people. And I'm sorry, folks, but that's just reality. You can't do that. We can't save everybody by sacrificing our country, our economy, our businesses, our livelihood, increased suicides, domestic violence, alcohol and drug abuse are going crazy. Those are the lives that are going to get ruined, more than 20,000. There's going to be millions of Americans that are going to be affected really bad from this, if not die, from the decision-making of the elected officials. And they're like, well, no. The lockdown saved us. Nope. Not according to the data. If you look at the data, the states with the most severe lockdowns, New York, New Jersey, Michigan, there's more, right? We already talked about the deaths per 1 million in the top 10. Those states with the most severe lockdowns are doing the worst. So you can't tell me that the lockdowns was a solution to this, because that is false, according to the data that I have. Not Dr. Garrett Soldano, chiropractor's data. It's not me with my perception. I'm just reading the data. Oh, number 2 is the face diapers. No, no, it's not, because we put the face diapers on after we had that big spike in death. We put the face diapers on down here. And if the face diapers work, why aren't we doing sports? Why aren't we doing school in person? Why aren't we going out to eat? I mean, it's still comical, folks. People got to start waking up. And that's what we said at one of my talks is like, look, if you want to go shopping, you don't want to wear the face diaper, then go out with numbers. Go out with 5 of your friends and go shop. All right. Now, look, the businesses, they can mandate. That's their policy. You have to follow the policy of the business. That's their constitutional right. However, if a business doesn't want to mandate them and you're going to be okay, I just strongly encourage you to go out there without the face diaper. So if anybody wants to confront you, you have strength in numbers. That's what we have to do next, is go out there and start lowering the fear, because it's comical, because they're all wearing them wrong. When they're touching it and they're bringing it down, taking a drink, putting it back up, they're driving around with them. It's a clown show. And we all know. And the biggest thing is you're seeing more and more people not wear them in groups, and there's no big spread, and there's no, death going everywhere. Every single Freedom Festival that we've had from Nuevo back, I think it was in May, things are happening so fast. Every single one, I probably saw 1 or 2 face diapers in the beginning. All these Americans, thousands of them, and I shake and hugged most all of them. As you are well aware, anybody who's been to a Freedom Festival or a protest of freedom, I shake everybody's hand and hug who wants to get hugged, and nobody has face diapers. So why didn't all of Michigan die? Why didn't we have this big spread? I could keep telling you all this, but you already know this, especially when Michigan was locked down, Indiana, Ohio, Wisconsin were all opened up. Basically, it's normal. And there was no uptick because everybody in Michigan was going across the border to experience freedom, unfortunately. And then they'd come back. So where was the increase in cases? Blah, 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 blah. We've been through this narrative a million times, especially now that we're finding out that asymptomatic people don't spread it, which we said from the beginning because the research said back in March, April, and May of that, but that doesn't support the narrative. So they will continue to fearmonger and they will continue to drive with this narrative. But I'm telling you what, folks, people are starting to wake up. And this will all get revealed with time. And like I said at the protest, you all can walk around with a chip on your shoulder. You all can. And understand and know that that intuition, that feeling that you had inside your heart into your very soul was right. Was right ever since the beginning, that this was wrong. This didn't make sense. Now the data is starting to support that. So now we don't go around and shove it in people's faces, right? We don't do that because we're a positive, nonviolent group. We inspire. We just continue to say, hey, just look at the data. I'm not going to judge you. If you want to wear the face diaper because you feel protected, that's perfectly fine. That's your right. But you can't judge me if I don't. And you can't hate on me if I don't. And if I don't agree, you can't come to my business and crash and destroy my sign. Right? Those are the things that we have to do as a positive movement, is continue to inspire, just tell the truth and give the information. And the truth will set them free. And if they're so stubborn that they don't want to admit it, that's on them. They can continue to wear the face diaper. They can continue to put the face diaper on their 2-year-old. And then you can just sit back and shake your head because that's their right. They can do that. But there should never, ever be any mandates of the procedures of any kind, face diapers. And I'm not going to either say the other word, but you know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, the data just continues to support it. So I'll just get on here and continue to tell you all the data and spread information because that's what we're going to do. Now let's get to the fun part. All right. So look, they are feeling the pressure of we the people. There's no doubt about it. And over the next 2 weeks, They are going to bring out all the stops. They are, and they're already starting. You're already starting to see all these articles. I'm going to talk about this one. They're going to pull out all the stops with this, and that's fine. Let them. Because in 6 weeks, that's our ultimate goal. In 2 weeks, we need 200,000 more. We know we can do it because you all have been doing it. So in the next 2 weeks, 200,000 more. That will bring us to 500,000 signatures with over a 92% confirmed signature rating, which is unheard of, folks, because all of you are kicking some serious booty. And I'm proud of every single one of you. But they're not going to go away without a fight. They're going to come on here and they're going to continue to spread their lies, right? And they're going to do everything they can to stop us, which is kind of comical because even if you're in the middle and you still support the governor, there should be like Tweety birds and alarms going off in your head right now going, why does she not want to work with the elected officials? You know, why is she running the state like a tyrant, like a dictator? That should wake up Americans that believe in that piece of paper and those words that are inked on that beautiful piece of paper by our forefathers and those inalienable rights that our Creator has bestowed upon us of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. There should be Tweety birds going off when you have a governor that doesn't want to give up her power. That's wrong, folks, right? So that's why we'll just continue to come on here and shoot down a narrative, which I'm going to do right now. The Detroit Free Press. Come on, Detroit Free Press. I expect better out of you. Don't start going down the garbage journalism route. Come on, let's start getting truth out there, right? And not spreading these lies, but hey, they're going to do what they need to do. All right. So, Detroit Free Press investigation, Unlock Michigan hires known criminal and notorious fraudster to run petition effort. It almost sounds kind of like Godfather Mafia with that title. It really does. Hires known criminal and notorious fraudster, right? So, okay. Anything to catch a headline to get people to click, they're going to do. A new Detroit Free Press investigative report exposes Unlock Michigan's continued underhanded and unethical tactics, including hiring a known criminal to help lead the deceitful and fraudulent effort to undermine Governor Gretchen Whitmer's ability to save lives amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, I mean, I'm not even going to the data of saving our lives because I just shot down that narrative. And we are one of the, I think, top 8 in the country with deaths per 1 million. And we've already proven from the data that lockdowns didn't work and mandating face diapers doesn't work. So all she has done is destroyed tens of thousands of Michiganders' lives, livelihood, businesses, everything. So right there, come on, Detroit Free Press. Unlock Michigan hired Mark Jacoby, Obi-Wan Kenobi, a known felon, to help lead its effort to undermine Governor Whitmer's ability to keep Michiganders safe and lives during the pandemic. I guess he was arrested in 2008 on voter registration fraud and perjury charges in California. He pleaded guilty in 2009 to a lesser charge. Okay, so he's got a record. Jacoby's, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Jacoby's company, Young Political Majors, has faced allegations its workers tricked California voters into registering as Republicans by telling them they were signing a petition to toughen penalties for child molesters. The company faced similar allegations in Florida. All right, so due process, allegations. All right. So in addition, the Free Press report describes how Unlock Michigan's petition gatherers are intentionally lying about the true purpose of the petition and encouraging others to say it helps Governor Whitmer. Now, look, like that's still comical to me because when I read that, we have been transparent throughout this entire clown show. We have, and not one of us, I know in Stand Up Michigan, have ever got on a live or an interview that said this is going to help Governor Whitmer. We've always told you the truth that we were repealing this tyrant and taking away her unilateral powers. That's been the facts ever since the beginning. Look it up. Fact check that, Facebook. Okay? It's disturbing and alarming. Unlock Michigan has hired a known criminal to play a leadership role in their irresponsible and unscrupulous campaign. Man, I love that word, unscrupulous. I mean, that's one thing that's been positive about this governor and her, or her Gestapo, as I call them, is I've got taught a new word, unscrupulous. I wasn't really familiar with that word. It just kind of rolls off your tongue, unscrupulous. Okay, so excuse me. So let me go back. Play a leadership role in their irresponsible and unscrupulous campaign, said Mark Fisk. Keep Michigan Safe spokesman. It's clear from the Detroit Free Press report that Unlock Michigan will stop at nothing to advance their agenda, including hiring criminals, empowering fraudsters, and engaging in outright lies, deceit, and fraud. what's next for the criminal enterprise known as Unlock Michigan. There's the mafia again, the mafia innuendo, right? I'm not the Godfather, folks. All right. Okay. What's next for this criminal enterprise known as Unlock Michigan? Hiring Steve Bannon to handle donor relations. That was good. I'm going to give him that. That was a good dig. Okay. We urge the leaders of Unlock Michigan to embrace law and order and denounce their affiliation with known criminals, fraudsters, and scam artists and publicly reject these fraudulent, deceitful, and unethical tactics. The cynically named Unlock Michigan petition would strip Governor Whitmer's emergency powers and undermine her ability to keep Michigan safe, blah, 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 during this pandemic and get Michigan's economy moving again. Okay, number one, we're already exposing the clown show. The economy should be open. We all should be open. We need to protect grandma and grandpa. People have underlying medical conditions. Yeah, wear your face diaper when you go visit them, folks. Wash your hands. Don't spit in people's mouths. You do all that, we're not going to spread the virus. That's just fact. Right? You're not going to do it. So do the hygiene stuff that you need to do, but get the economy moving again. There's no reason why this economy can't open right now, and leave it on we the people to make good decisions and healthy decisions for each other. I guarantee there's a lot of people out there that are not going to go around and knowingly want to spread this virus. So people are going to do what they need to do. You just can't mandate all this stuff, right? Or you get a group of people that get 500,000 signatures in 6 weeks. And so if we did that in 6 weeks, Michigan, what do you think we can gather in 6 months? You don't think they're scared of this movement? There's a lot of other things this movement can get into. And if they keep pushing buttons and keep putting out this stuff, I don't know what Stand Up Michigan's going to do next, but we're going to figure it out. So we'll see. So they're bringing out all the stuff. So let's talk about this guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Don't know him. He's one of the 60,000 circulators. He's not affiliated with Stand Up Michigan. I guess he's on Unlock Michigan. He's a circulator. And we have 60,000 volunteers from Stand Up Michigan circulating. And that's all they could find is this guy? One guy out of 60,000. You saw that he lied and created, I think, perjury. So that means the whole movement, the whole petition drive is a criminal enterprise. And I'm the Godfather smoking cigars? I don't think so, folks. Look, this is the beginning. These attacks, this stuff is going to come out over the next 2 weeks. They are going to continue to do everything they do. They're going to kick and scream to stop us at all costs. And that's fine. We expected it. The attacks are going to come. I mean, that's just the name of this horrible political game that we're in. And it's unfortunate. However, that's why we're getting to 500,000. If we came in, I think we need 341,063 for this citizens petition, confirm good signatures to go in front of the legislature so they could vote. And if we came in at like 350,000, and we had 9,000, they're going to go through them and they're going to nitpick stuff like this guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi, that, did some bad stuff. Hey, nobody's perfect. I don't know this guy. I don't know his past. I don't judge him. But I do know that the other 59,999 circulators, volunteers of We the People are doing it right. And I guarantee most, if not all of them, are not going around saying this is going to help the governor. The reason we're getting 500,000, you see how I keep saying it? Because I'm putting in your mind that we're going to get it done in 6 weeks, 500,000 in 6 weeks. The reason we're getting all these signatures from We the People isn't because of this guy. It isn't from me speaking. It's from what has happened in this state and the amount of Michiganders who are hurt and who are frustrated that they feel that their rights, their freedoms were stripped away, which they were. That's why we have the momentum. And folks, this has been done on social media. There's a lot of people. I still go out and speak. I spoke on Thursday this past week to a couple hundred patriots out in the middle of nowhere on a farm. And I had a whole bunch of people come and say, I never heard of you guys. And so what do you think what happens when people really start to understand what this movement's about and what we're trying to do? We'll have 2 million signatures. There's still people that aren't on Facebook, right? I don't know what the percentages are, but we've done this all through social media. You imagine if we could do like television ads and I mean, all this stuff everywhere and really do what they're trying to do to us and have the media on our side, Detroit Free Press, and not printing lies, how about you call me and give me an interview? Let's have a conversation. I'll do an interview with you. I'll go Facebook Live. But I'll do an interview. I will have a sit down and talk about this, because every single interview I have done, I've always been transparent and I've always told the truth. So you can continue to print lies, or you can actually give Michiganders, you can actually give Americans what we all desire and deserve is the gosh darn truth, without a political agenda, without a fear-mongering narrative. I'll be waiting for that call for that interview, because I'll look forward to it. So, Michigan, it is time to hammer down. These next 2 weeks are critical. We need to stop this, because they're going to continue to push this whole week with garbage. And I'll get on here and try to keep up with the garbage and analyze and shoot it down and continue to give you all the truth, because everybody's obviously watching. 99% of them are in the movement that are rocking and rolling, but we're still getting more and more people to join this movement because we tell the truth and we're transparent, and we will continue to inspire and give hope and be that beacon of light and be that lantern in the darkness of today's challenges, which we all said right from the beginning. We are so close. We are literally in the fourth quarter. We cannot play prevent defense. We need to hammer it down. We need to keep attacking. We need to keep circulating. We need to keep getting those signatures, because, again, it gives everybody that wants to be a part of this fight, this movement, a chance to fight back. The chance to fight back against tyranny. That's all we're asking, is to restore those checks and balances. That's it. To get it back to what it was supposed to be. So you guys are all doing a great job. Hammer it down, though. I'm going to be on here. I'm going to be pushing like crazy over the next 2 weeks. You see my ugly mug on here, constantly inspiring, constantly hammering it down, updating you with stuff, because there's going to be a lot of things going on, folks. There is, over the next couple of weeks. But we have to continue to get it done. You all are getting it done. So push down that gas pedal even harder. Keep it to the floor. Keep circulating. Keep inspiring. Keep doing it the right way. Getting those signatures, and then get them in. Let's get them in. So if you have some petitions sitting there that aren't already filled out, let's just get them in. Get those puppies in. And if you want to order more, you can order more. Maybe we'll go for 600,000, right, when this is all said and done. But make sure that you're getting them in. We need to start getting these things in. So if you have them sitting there, mail them in. Share this video. Everything that we're doing, it's up to you, for all of you, to share this stuff. We need to reach more. We need to continue to reach more. And if we don't share, comment, and like on these things, it doesn't get on people's platforms. We're getting censored. We do. Holy cow. We've all talked about that from the very beginning, but it's up to all of us to continue to share all the videos and all that footage that we have, so we can bring more people to this movement, and we can continue to move this movement forward, because the repeal will be done soon. And then we're going to have to get on the Secretary of State to confirm the signatures, right? As soon as we can, we have to get on them. They have no excuse. There's going to be 500,000 over, so they can take a pool of them, and they can get their 341,000 that are confirmed, goes in front of the legislature. They vote, and we'll be right on them to make sure that gets done. Trust me, most of them are chomping on the bit to get this done, because they've been sitting there handcuffed. And that's what people are like, why aren't the legislature speaking up? They can't. They can't talk about a lawsuit that's going in right now. They can't talk about those details. So they have to sit there and wait for the Supreme Court, which is, who knows when that's going to get done. But we're always going to be doing, our ultimate objective is to repeal that 1945 law. We're right there, folks. We're right there. So I'm just calling it out. There's going to be more attacks. They're coming. There's going to be more articles on Obi-Wan Jacoby's, all right, that will come out. And I'll continue to get on here, and we'll talk, and I'll be transparent. And guess what? I'll tell the truth. I'll give you all that information, but hammer it down, okay? I'm proud of every single one of you. Man, the more of you I meet, it's unbelievable what this movement has done to me, to our team, Ron, Tammy, Tony, Jason, all of our admins and moderators, all our volunteers. I mean, those are the people, and all of you circulating. You guys are all the true heroes. That's it. All we have done is given you a platform for you to have a voice. You all are the true heroes, all volunteers out there. So thank you to every single one of you guys. But don't quit. Hammer it down. All right. Hammer it down, and we're gonna get this done. 2 weeks. We want 400,000 by Labor Day. I'm going to put it out there right now. I want 500,000 the week after. We can get it done. We can, because you all are amazing, and you don't think that God does not have his hands in this. Remember that. I live in Psalm 91 every day. So if you're struggling right now, because I talk to a lot of you at the protests and the freedom festivals, read that. Get into the Bible. Read those scriptures, man. That's what's got me through. God hasn't been holding my hand. God's been dragging me by the hair and carrying me. It's true. All right. So read the good word, man. Get in there. Psalm 91 is I've been living with it. So God bless you. God bless the state of Michigan, and God bless these United States. I'll be on here throughout the week. You'll be seeing me. Have a great day.